When we talk about value, I'm always coming back to things being in balance. There always being a dual purpose, dual reality to everything. There's a physical and a spiritual side. And we see this in the scriptures in reference to gold and silver. So it's not just a physical exchange. You see gold and silver being referenced to a spiritual aspect of our being, how we live our lives. Gold and silver have an eternal place in God's kingdom. It's a measure, not in monetary terms, but a measure of your worth. Because when you put gold and silver in the fire, it does not burn. Gold and silver can be heated to over 2,000 degrees. That's when it starts to boil, but it doesn't burn. It won't evaporate. When you heat silver and gold, heating metals like that is to purify, to extract the impurities. All those impurities come to the surface, called dross. And then the skilled goldsmith will take his instrument and he'll skim off the top all that dross. He's refining it. Throughout the scriptures, we see God saying that he's refining his people as he refines silver and gold, because that's what you're doing. You're purifying it. And this scripture here is saying, well, if you're going to get the heat turned up on you, if you're going to be put through the fire and tested for the measure of your work, what work are you producing in this life? If it is of the substance of wood, hay, and stubble, it's going to get burned up. But if your works are purified, if they're strong and pure, like gold and silver, they're going to stand the test of time. They are the things that are going to remain. We're purifying ourselves in this life, ready for eternal kingdom to come. Are you building your life with eternity in mind? Are you using materials that will stand the test of time? Are you building your life hastily and cheaply for today, or in a way that will count forever? The fire will reveal your works, what you did in this life. And if the things in your life that you've worked towards are going to burn up in that day, then they were meaningless. There is a spiritual aspect to the meaning behind gold and silver, and we are compared in that manner by the works that we do. Remember that gold and silver is still things of this world, and that this world is not really our eternal resting place. It's not our ultimate home. What's really important for us, what's really good for us, what's really going to help us stand the test of time? Is it that having pockets of gold and silver, is that going to help us stand the test of time? No, it affects some things in our life, but actually having knowledge, wisdom, the full counsel of God, walking in the spirit rather than in our flesh, our fleshly desires, walking in a spiritual counsel, more valuable, more precious than any gold or any silver combined. Proverbs 3:4. The profit gained from wisdom, the scriptures are saying here, you get profit from gaining wisdom. It's greater than the profit gained from silver. Its yield, what it returns to you, is far better than fine gold. So whilst we're focusing on gold and silver being good returns, maximizing our purchasing power, our ability to exchange, actually our focus should be on God's wisdom. It enriches our lives. That should really ultimately be our focus. We don't hold gold and silver above the knowledge and wisdom that comes from heaven. We're putting it in balance. We're in the physical realm experiencing a physical reality. Therefore, gold and silver is important. It has a place, but we're also spiritual beings. We have a soul. We have a spirit. That's the eternal part of us. That's the part of us that should be gaining wisdom, gaining understanding, and gaining knowledge. We should be hungering for those things, not gold and silver, which is the physical things of this realm. We should always be focusing on the spiritual, because when that day comes and when that fire comes, the spiritual aspects of ourselves are the things that are going to be holding forever. Those are the eternal aspects that cannot be eradicated, that cannot be burned up like wood, hay, or stubble.